So I want to talk to you guys today about the 6.0 Power Stroke injector cup removal project. So I bought this tool. It's a Ferrum Tools. This is it, 6.0 or 6.4 fuel injector sleeve cup remover. Kind of want to talk to you about the whole process of removing these injector cups. There's a few videos out here on it, and Diesel Tech Ron covers it, but no one really, in my opinion, covers just how hard or difficult it is and what a pain in the butt it is. They're out here and they're just doing it willy-nilly like it's nothing. And in all reality, it's not easy. It's very difficult. It's hard to tap the cups properly. And then it's another whole process to get your puller in there to get it to work properly. So, and this kit is exactly what I'm talking about. So, first off, my first problem is the tap broke. I got one cup out, and then I was on the second one, and the tap broke. So that's going to be a huge problem. Make sure you buy a quality tap, because if you don't, it's just going to break, and you're going to be sitting there waiting until you get another one. So, secondly, make sure you get a good puller. This Ferrum Tools here is about $170, and in my opinion, it is not good. It does not work. As you can see, these threads here, they're all shiny because they've all been turned over and flattened out because you put so much torque on these cups trying to get them out that it literally just tears the threads. As a matter of fact, I got one cup out with this, and that's it. It stopped working. I couldn't get another one out. The driver it comes with works great. I don't complain about this. This is a good driver. This thing, phenomenal. As far as this goes, though, don't buy this. This is not a good tool. The one that Diesel Tech Ron uses is like $400. It's very expensive. I've come up with a solution myself, and the solution is this thing right here. This is you can rent this. It is an Evertough harmonic balancer installer 67006. You get it from O'Reilly's, probably AutoZone 2. But basically, it does the job that this does, but better. So first of all, you're gonna need a tap, and the one that's on this 3/4 by 16. Now I have seen these tools where this is a 3/4 by 10, which is this, and they both work. I've used both of them. However, so you rent this and you give it back to them, and they give you your money back. So it's basically free. But I'll kind of show you what I've done to remedy my problems. This is that one piece that's missing out of the kit over there, and it's on the center. Let me hang on. So the center of the hole, the center of these little, I don't even know what you call them. There's a hole, and it's got threads, and I think that it's for this bolt here, it's a 3/8. I don't know the exact thread pitch, but I know it's a 3/8 diameter. And basically, I just found a long bolt that was that thread pattern, and I cut it to length. And I used some spacers, and basically you just thread that down in there into the cup, and then you turn this and it comes right out, basically doing what this was supposed to do. I don't know if this is just a harder material than this, but this works way better. And I've also found on some of the difficult ones, what I've done, you kind of see it, I put red Loctite here. I thread this in with red Loctite into the cup, and I wait for 30 minutes. And then it comes right out, no problems. I mean, I'm telling you, I was on these other cups with this tool for 5 hours trying to get these. I thought I was gonna have to pull the heads. But this little tool here will do the trick. You don't need to spend a bunch of money. You don't need a special tool. Just get basic stuff. Use a hacksaw, grinder, anything, cut that to what you need, and it works great. Yeah. If you go to do these injector cups, I'm gonna forewarn you. it's not an easy thing to do. I mean, I have a lot of tools. I'm by no means an expert, but I'm certainly not an amateur. And it's not easy. It's not an easy job. It's not like changing a freaking alternator. It's going to require some skill. With that being said, if you've got some tools and you have a lot of time, you'll probably be fine. Just know it's gonna be a learning process. However, with all that being said, I want to kind of talk to you guys about the 6.0 in general and the problems that it has. The majority of the time, these cups are actually not bad. These cups don't ever hardly go bad. 90% of the time, your head is cracked. And what happens is your injector goes in here, just like this. Injector sits in that and coolant passes over this. It cools your injector. And up here is where the crack is, in this area of the head. And that's how fuel leaks into your coolant. So they make a kit, can't remember the name of the company, but basically you take this injector apart and you replace it with the little piece they give you, and they also give you a longer sleeve. So basically you cut off that entire area of the crack, and Diesel Tech Ron actually has a video on this exact thing. And from what I've read and what I've researched, it seems to be a foolproof design. I can't remember the exact name of the company who makes it, but another remedy is Bulletproof Diesel makes a cartridge you can inject into the injector bore that fills the hairline crack with some sort of sealant, and you put it in there with a grease gun, and you pump it up to thousands of PSI and let it sit, and it's supposed to fix it. I don't necessarily like that with that kind of heat going on in the head. I would honestly rather just have it covered up with the sleeve. I think that the sleeve is going to be an easier thing to do, and I think it's around the same price. And it's just, in my opinion, that's a more foolproof thing. So that's what I'm going to do. I've got a crack on 3 and 5 on my passenger side cylinder, and from what I understand, that's like the majority of the time that is where they crack, in 3 and 5. However, I have seen videos of them cracking in other spots, so I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but 3 and 5 is what I have, and that seems to be what the majority of people have as well. So yeah, just a heads up on all this stuff. This is a pain in the butt, and I do apologize. I'm not a YouTuber, so this video was not planned out. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. So I do apologize. However, plan on doing this, and you're thinking about doing injector cups, if you think your cups are bad, it's probably not your cups. It just isn't. These cups don't hardly go bad on these 6.0s. It's probably a cracked head, and while I'm on it, a way you can test it is, there's several ways you can test it. I'm not going to go through them all because there's a million YouTube videos on how to do that. I took I apologize for I pressurized my coolant system, and I already had all my injectors pulled, and I just put some water in it. I filled it full of water, pressurized it to about 30 PSI, and then I sat there for a few hours and just watched and waited to see which ones, got water in them, and I found that it was 3 and 5. So, and how I know it's a crack is because I replaced the cup on 3 probably 2 weeks ago, and still fuel in my coolant. So the head is cracked. It is what it is. So with that being said, if you're going to do cups, just keep in mind it's probably, take the cup out, inspect it, and if there's no visible crack in that cup, I can almost guarantee you it's not the cup, it's the head. So it's a good and bad thing. It's a bad thing because obviously your head is cracked, but the good thing is you don't have to pull the heads. They do make a kit. So keep that in mind, and I appreciate it. And you guys have a good day.